Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am. Happy Teachers Day.
Thank you, sir. Wish you the
Thank you.
same.
Same. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Sir, you can continue, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Good evening, my dear students.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. So last class, what we have seen? Will you please list out the headings? The Darwin finches, which island he analyzed? Ba? Anybody else? What are the evidences? Already we saw it. See that last class, what we have seen? Evidence of evolutions, particularly morphological, physiological character already we discussed, particularly homologous organ, analogous organ, convergent evolution. Already in our homologous means in our but the same organ but different functions. But here different organ but same functions. Vestigial organ already in our it is also present in our body, but well developed in nature, but it is not used for any functional aspects. Already we know it. And geological time and scale also already we saw it, isn't it? And biochemical evidences. Biochemical evidences, what does it mean? Biochemicals, biomolecules also there, isn't it? Chemical substance, what are the biomolecules? Biochemical substance present the living organism in our laboratory. DNA and also nitrogen bases and protein. This is the basic things. These are the basic components. Okay, and then today we are going to discuss these three subheadings: embryological support for evolution, evolution by natural selections, evolution by anthropogenic actions, and etc. See, what is by embryological evidences? See, all the animals, when you are going to see that in embryological aspects, all are alike in nature, isn't it? All are look like a same, similar, because all are originated from the egg, isn't it? Because all are originated from the, which one you know, syngamy process. Already you know about that things. These things already we saw it, no? The vestigial organ, we saw it or not, pa?
We already saw, sir.
Okay, good. Okay. See, So embryological evidences we are going to see. Okay. So already you know about what is the embryo. The embryo is nothing but the fusion of male and female gamete as a result of formation of zygote. After that zygote formation, it enters into the development of embryology. Embryo. That means it produces the embryo and finally it completely undergoes the maturation process. Okay. See here, the evolutionary aspect, who proposed this one? First they proposed by Ernest Haeckel, 1834, based upon the observation of certain features during embryonic stages. Okay, common to all vertebrates that are absent in adult. During the embryo stage, what happens? Some of the parts is present. After the development of the adult, when it attained the development stage, when it is attained the adult stage, what happened? Some of them are disappear. I ask you one question. During the embryo baby stage, okay, that means earlier stage, how many bones present in a human body? How many bones are present in a human body? Anybody else? Last class I already told the things also. Anybody? Journalist me, Ritika, and also Arumuga Sankar. How many bones are present, Pa? Do you have any idea? You don't know, isn't it? So total 300 bones are present in it. Note it down. It is also very, very important during the fetus as well as the what is the baby stage. How many bones are present? 300 bones are there. And when well matured adult, how many bones are there?
206, sir.
6. Very good. What about the remaining 94 bones? The remaining 94 bones are what is that? Are mixed together and form a single one. Each one in the appropriate respective places. Okay. So there is the important things. What are the scientists did, just listen here. The proposed by Ernest Haeckel in the year 1834 based upon the observation of a certain feature during embryonic stages, common to all vertebrates that are absent in the adult. See here, the embryos of all vertebrates, including human, develop a row of vestigial gill slits just behind the head, but it is functional organ only in fish. We also, what is that? We also has, but what is that? Completely absent, but only it is used in the function of which one? Fish only. Okay, and not found in any other adult vertebrates. This is very, very complicated one. Vestigial gill slits, that is very, very important. Mostly present in the fish only, and also developed during the human beings also, but it completely absent when it undergoes the adult stage. Otherwise, attain the adult, what happened? Completely absent. This is also one of the observations done by Ernest Haeckel. This is disproved on the careful study of the performed by the Carl Ernst von Baer. He noted the embryos never pass through the adult of the other animals. Okay. This was disproved by which one? This was which one? The Ernest Haeckel statement was disproved by Carl Ernst von Baer. So this is also here one of the things. Some of them are antagonistic effect is there. Antagonistic, some of the scientists they may told. So this is the correct way. Some of them are against the what is the statement. So these are all are what is the antagonistic effect. See that next one. The von Baer is 1792 and 2. The period just look like this one, 1792 to 1867. So observed brain, spinal cord, and axial skeleton. This is very, very important. Okay, who observed first brain, spinal cord, and axial skeleton related structures? So von Baer. And Carl von Frisch, he also what is that? Did some work and under the embryological aspects. Performed a study and found that gills, cleft, and notochord appear in embryonic development of all vertebrates from fishes to mammals. This is also another one, just like which one, Ernest Haeckel's performed a study and found that the gills cleft into notochord, okay, appearing during the embryonic development. We will pass on to the next one, is called Recapsulations Theory. This is very, very important. So many times they were asked the questions. Recapsulation theory of or Biogenetic Law was introduced by the name of the scientist Ernest Haeckel. It is also, which one, very, very important one. See the year 1834 to 1919. What is my recapsulation theory? See here the last one. And individuals of organism develop of successive stage resembling the series of ancestral type. What is the meaning of that one? Take an examples of frog. Frog, it will not develop directly, isn't it? Likewise, which one, that cockroach is also. Already I told you, some of the animals, they will produce directly. Human beings are direct development. Some of them are indirect development. Likewise, the frog also, what is a recapitulation theory? What is a recapsulation? Otherwise called as biogenetic law means an individual of organism development of successive stages. So many intermediate stages also present. Then only it will attain the adult. That is a metamorphosis. The condition is called as metamorphosis. Otherwise called as recapitulations. Okay. So from the egg to adult, similar to that of the parent, otherwise called as ancestor. Between there are so many stages is there. That stage is called as, what is that? Recapsulation theory. See here, the frog fish like tail larva. Frog also having a fish-like tail larva. That is condition is called as tadpole. Is formed which swim with the tail and repairs by the gills. This indicates the frog has been evolved from a fish-like ancestor. Okay, frog is also, which one is the ancestor? So fish is the ancestor. Okay, see the next slide, you can easily identify. This is a stage. So this is the adult one. The adult, how it comes, from the egg and, egg. And also male as well as the female. That condition is called a syngamy. After the fusion of gamete, develop into embryo. The embryo undergoes these are the changes. See that what are the changes occurs? These are the changes. Okay. Here the tadpole, just see that there is a head-like structure and also there is a small tail-like structure. This condition is called a tad clinging to the water plant. Okay, already saw it any bond. Okay, so many black colors. Okay, tadpole present in it is also what is a frog, but the ancestor is fish. It comes from the fish. That is the reason. It is an evolutionary ancestor, isn't it? Okay. See that after that, what you get external gills for breathing. See here the external breathing. See the lower part, there is a external gills for breathing. Tail keep on growing. The tail is always growing like this. Already we saw that this type of what is that frog in the bond. Okay, this is a hind leg appears. Hind leg means the back side. You see that two legs are appears on the back side near the tail, isn't it? This is the another stage. And then see here, leave from food storage in the tail. Okay, this is another one, another development of the previous one. After that, the front leg also appears. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. After the 6th stage, there is a tail with the frog-like structure. Tail becomes shorter, and then young frog, then it attains the adults. These are the metamorphoses. These are the metamorphoses. This condition is called as, what is that? Recapsulation theory. This was introduced by the name of the scientist called as, what is that? Ernest Haeckel. Don't forget it. This is very, very important questions for the evolution aspects. Okay, the recapsulation theory, otherwise called as biogenetic law. Okay, example, frog. Frog ancestor. Who is the ancestor of frog? Fish, like tail larva. Okay, so this is very, very important one. See, go to the next one. So you must note it down, these points. What are the changes is there? Just like a cockroach. Cockroach, how many development, there are 13 metabolic metamorphosis. After 13 changes, it will attain the adult. Before egg to the first developed adult, the name is called as NYMP, NYMPH. Just note it down. This is also very, very, very important. Okay, don't forget it. So, how many chambers also present in it? There are 13 chambers. Okay, so these are all very, very important. Right. Next, we will pass on to the next one. Is not only that, it is only that development of the body parts only. Another some scientists, they did this work beyond that level. So biochemical recapsulation theory. What is the meaning of biochemical? See here, the modern scientists, they draw the attention about metabolic waste. Normally, you never very important metabolic waste is urine and fishes. Okay, of urine, vertebrates. Waste. What is it? What are the wastes? The urine comes from where, the nitrogen waste. Which one is the nitrogen waste? Protein undergo the degradation process as a result of the formation of urine. According to the nitrogen wastes, the animals are classified into so many types. Particularly, 3 types have been reported here. See, fish, it excreted the nitrogen waste in the form of ammonia. So the fish is also called as which one, which type of telic? Ammoniotelic. Suppose if it is amphibians, okay, it is excreted in the form of urea. That's why it is called as ureotelic. Birds in the form of uric acid. Okay, just observe any one of the birds in our house, it is excreted in the form of solid with a white color patches. That white color patches are called as uric acid. It will not have the separate, what is a urinary tract. Both the feces as well as the urine excreted in the same way. That's why it is called as what is that? Uricotelic. That is very, very important. But the tadpole excrete ammonia like the fish. But these are the biochemical recapsulation. This was done by which one, by the metabolic waste, which one is called as urine. According to the urine excretions, okay, the vertebrates are divided into so many types, but they have given 3 only. Fish, ammonia, ammonotelic, amphibian, urea, ureotelic, birds, uric acid, uricotelic. These are the very, very important. Likewise, the tadpoles or which one, the frog tadpoles also excrete ammonia like the fish. Just similar that of the fish excretion. Fish, ammonia excreted. Likewise, the tadpoles also excreted in the form of ammonia. So he come to the conclusion the frog, the tadpole is also which one, originated from the which one, fish. He come to the conclusion, otherwise called as concluded. Okay, fish is the ancestor of which one, tadpole, otherwise called as frog. Okay, that is very, very important. This is also another important things. Okay, these are all are analyzed. Okay, see that ammonotelic, ureotelic, uricotelic. Here, what are the example has given? See here, birds, pigeons and humans. Ammonotelic. Pigeon is also excreted. That is also comes under the category known as what is that? Pigeons. And frog and lizards, aquatic amphibians and aquatic amphibians. These 2 are common, isn't it? These are all are comes under ammonotelic. Ammonotelic means they excreted in the form of ammonia. Okay, and then another one is called as B, ureotelic. Just imagine urea, ureotelic. Aquatic amphibia, lizards, aquatic amphibia, humans, frog, humans, and cockroach, humans, right? That these are all are what is that? Urea as a what is an excreted product from the nitrogen waste. Not only the urea, but human being take an example other than the urea part. Do you know any other nitrogen waste in your urine also present? Will you please? Any other nitrogen waste other than urea? boys or girls? Okay, anyhow, I will tell you. Okay, so not only that urea and also addition with this, what is that? Creatine. Okay, these are the important of nitrogen bases. Okay, third one is called as uricotelic. Uric acid. Take an example: cockroach, frog, and cockroach and pigeons. Here, pigeon is also the part 1 and part 3. See here, all are having the pigeon here, and also cockroach and pigeon, lizards and cockroach, frog, pigeon, lizard. So these are the examples of different type of waste. Okay, see here. And then embryo genesis, all animals are same, they are as follows stages. In our during the embryogenical stages, all the what is that? Animals are having the same stages. First, how it will be male gamete as well as the female gamete undergoes the fertilization process. So the first one is called as fertilization. After the fertilization, zygote formation takes place, and then it undergoes the meiotic cell division or mitotic cell divisions. That is called as plastulations. Then after the plastulation, undergo the development is called as gastrulations, and then organogenesis. Then only it will attain the adult. After the 5 stages, it will attain the adult. Okay, so this was first introduced by the name of the scientist. It was analyzed by the scientist Ernest Haeckel. The same year has given here in his book Biogenetic Laws, Anthropogenic Recapsulation, Phylogeny. Okay, these are the 2 books here written by the Ernest Haeckel. You note it down, very, very important. All the animals, they are having same pattern of embryogenesis. We'll see the second slide, you can understand easily. First one is fertilization, fission of gamete, syngamy or male gamete as well as the female gamete united together, formation of fertilization. After that fertilization, zygote formation takes place. So undergo the divisions, plastulations. Sometimes they may ask the question, during the time of testy baby, what is meant by plastulation? How many cells is present in it? Will you please, anybody else? Plastulations. How many cells are present?
Sir, 32 cells.
Exactly. 32 and until the 128. Okay, it may be developed into 128. Then only it will be enter into the female reproductive part during the time of testy baby. Okay, after the zygote formation, undergo the cell division, 32 to 64 and 128, double, isn't it? So see, we will see the next one. Then gastrulation also takes place. After that, organ development. Which one is the first forming organ during the embryogenesis? I will tell you some examples. You have to find out the answers. First one is a thymus gland. Second one is heart. Third one is brain. Fourth one is kidney. Please.
Sir, heart.
Correct. Exactly correct. Good. See, this is the development of the embryo. See the structures. So this is the egg cell, and male and female gamete unite together form as a zygote. After the formation of zygote, it undergo the division process that's called as 2-cell stage. And then after that, 4-cell stage. Again, division also is going on. That is up to the morula stage. Before that, 4-cell stage, morula stage. After the morula stage, undergo the cell division, blastocyst. Then again, the blastocyst also undergo. See the next slide. See, these are the continuous development. See here, the egg, zygote, blastocyst. Before that, morula stage is also there. You note it down. Then again, it undergo the gastrula stage. During the gastrula stage, what happened? The ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm is also formation takes place. After that, it undergoes the organogenesis, and organogenesis into what is the adult, and human beings. Okay, this is the another one. The same stage. See here, the embryogenic stem cell. Here only we are taking the stem cells. Okay, see ectoderm, mesoderm, ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm, ectoderm. These are the things. See somatic stem cell. After the formation of what is that? What is that? Baby. Okay, otherwise called as adult. You will get the stem cells for the future medical implantations. Okay, medical work. Suppose if you are having suffered by any one of the diseases, take an examples of bone. Suppose our brain cells or heart, whatever it may be, we are taking stem cells from the umbilical cord of the mother. Okay, it will be used for the what is the progressiveness. Okay, how it will be attained the new cell. It will produce the new cell. That's why it is called a stem cell. When we are placing the new cells or stem cell in the particular what is a broken one, okay, it will produce the new cells and completely what is a repair the cells. This is also very, very important. These are the stages. See here, stages during the plastula periods. During the plastula, so many times they were asked the question, how many cells present in it? See here, 128 cell stage. May I ask the question the calculative aspects, otherwise called as max oriented questions. How many cell divisions occurs it attain the 128 cell stage? Okay, see how many cycles are there? See here, the lower I have given you as 8 cycles. Okay, just 2 into 4, 4 into 8, 8 into 16, like that you calculate it. How many cycles it comes, 8 cycles. When it attain the 8 cycle, so that time you will get 128 blastomeres. Arranged as a high mount of the cells, a solid half ball perched on the yolk cells. This is the structure of which one? Which one? Blastocyst. How many times it occurs? 8 cells, cycles. How many cells? 128 cells. They may ask the question, plastula period, how many cells are there? 128 cells. Okay. How many minutes? See here, 2.25 hours, 2 hours and 1/4 hours. Okay. How many cycles it will be finished? 8 cycles. Then you will get 120 blastomeres. This is the structure of blastomeres. Okay. This is also a very, very important thing. See, these are all are, see here, how many embryological evidences for the evolution aspect. These are all are, see the same structure, isn't it? The first one. But the second one, there is some modification is there. See the first one and second one. See that these are the differences. After it attained the 9th month or 7, after 7th month only, you can identify which one is related to which animals. See here the first one. See here the fish. Second one, just to see that salamander. Third one is see here, and then here the cat, and also rabbit. See here, rabbit is also the structure is similar to that of the human beings. So first, the last 5, just look at this. First 3 is also some difficulties. The third one is some slightly difficult compared to the others. Okay, these are all similar in nature during the embryonic. After the some months, okay, it will develop into the what is that? Some specialized structure. See here the lower part also, the tail part, that is also what is that? Backbone size. It's also similar, but when it attained there are some different structures also. What is that? Showed here. Okay, see here the finger is also similar. Here also the finger. But what is the difference between these two? See the tail only. Whatever here, there is a ear. Okay, not only that, and also the foots. Okay, just to see here. Bifid nature, like that, the 2 halves. It is divided into 2 halves. Here the 5 fingers, about. Here try. Okay, so fishes, fins only present. Rabbits also it has a 5. See, these are the difficult. These are the embryological support for the evolutions. All are similar in nature during the embryo genesis. After the few months, it will be differs. That is very, very important. Okay, see the fish, and salamander, tortoise, and chick, and a rabbit, and human being. These are all look like a similar. What is that? These are all adult stage, well developed stage. Okay. Before that one, you already saw it in the previous slides. Okay. So which is the first formed organ? Already one girl told, isn't it? Gave a correct answer. Okay, good. So during the development of the body, the heart is the one of the first organ that developed in the embryo. This is very, very important ones. Okay, so many times they were asked today. This one is also. Which week the heart is formed? After the formation of zygote, how many days it will
1
take?
month, sir.
1 month. Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
What's your name, my dear?
Sir, Dhanlakshmi.
Okay. See here, listen here. So how many days? 4 weeks. That is equal to 1 month. Okay. So note it down. This is very, very important things also. So this is the another thing. Evidence forms the fossils record. Some of the fossils record also indicate the evolutionary aspect. What are they? About the fossils contain a layer of sedimentary rock, reveal a historic of life on Earth. About the rocks is also one of the sedimentary rock. Okay, sedimentary means it may be fall upon one above the others, just like a stack of coin. Okay, so this is a sedimentary rock. Assigning relative dates to fossils made it clear that some group of species are older compared to the others. Fossils made it clear that some group of species are older compared to the others, because nowadays there are so many animals are there. We also one of the animals, social animals. We also one of the evolutionary, okay, animals. What about the previous ones? Already we saw it. How many years before it present the world like that? Suppose if you want to analyze, means you have to move on to which one. Today rocks are dated by a method called absolute dating. This is also very, very important. Take an example, say Everest. How many years before it forms? You don't know, isn't it? How will you calculate that dates? It may be like that. How many years? Take an example, dinosaurs, mammoths, and some of the, what is that, fossils. Already got it. Nowadays there are so many archaeologists also doing the work in Tamil Nadu, isn't it? Tamil Nadu, so many places, so many countries also. Okay, that time what they are using, one of the, which one, the radioactive isotopes were used. Which one is mostly used? Carbon, because all the living organisms are made up of carbon containing component. That's why carbon, particularly carbon 14, is very, very important. Okay, so this is also very, very important. During the fossils record, which isotopes mostly were used? Carbon 14, used to determine the actual age of rocks and fossils in them. That is very, very important. Radioactive isotopes. Today the rocks are dated by the method called absolute dating. This is also very, very important. How will you identify? With the help of the isotopes called as carbon 14. Okay, the age of rock is also identified which type of method, like the absolute dating. Which isotopes? Carbon 14. These are all very, very important. The geological time scales thus prepared consist of 4 major eras. Okay, this is also a very, how many eras are present in 4 major eras? Each era is subdivided into some periods that refer to different stages in the form of life on the earth. Already we saw it. Era, epoch, and period, and so on. So, isn't it? That things you must remind it here. Okay. So this is very, very important. You must note it down. Evidence of fossil. What is by fossil? The science that will study of the fossil is called as paleontology. Particularly, not only the rock, age of the rock, age of the plant, age of the animals. Okay, that things were analyzed and identified, and also comparison with the older animals as well as the recent one. That things also done by which method? That is absolute dating. Which isotopes? Radioactive isotopes. Okay, and geological times. How many periods? How many eras have been reported? There mean 4 major eras. The eras also subdivided into some periods, and that refer to different stages of the life on the earth. Okay, see here. These are the fossils in the rock profiles. See that this is the recent one. The lower one is only the primitive, and now fossil types marks changes in the environment. Fossil type different each sedimentary rock layers. This is the numerous extincting species in this area only, because due to the natural disaster, this is the last layer of the earth, like that. That means above layer, like that. After the natural disaster, what happened? There are so many animals also, which one buried under the soil, and above this numerous existing species, there are so many. What is that? Recent sedimentation also present. This is the now we are digging, isn't it? This is the stages. The oldest one, this one is the most recent. So here, this is the era. Okay, I already told you. Okay, and during the earth formation, this is the first fossils. Is an area. My way is called a sedimentation. Okay, for reason, this is the first. Okay, see that. Then fossils are arrayed according to their age from oldest to youngest. Often we get evidence for the successive change of organism through age. Each and every one, old to youngest fossils. Also, we obtained so many places. Vedic archaeologists identified. Okay, dinosaurs. Taken examples of. Today, the fossils records are far more complete than Darwin's time, particularly among the vertebrates. Different classes of vertebrates appear chronologically in the fossils record have been reported by the Darwin. See, the first one is vertebrate, and then amphibians. Third one is reptile, then mammals. So not first one is comes under the heading is known as mammals. Okay, this is also a evolutionary aspect. Vertebrate is the first one, amphibian second, reptile third, and fourth one. These are the four things. They may ask the question in order aspects. Which one is the first fossil record? Vertebrate is the first one. Okay, worm. See here, VARM, worm. Like that, you must note it as a mnemonic pattern. Okay. For example, a series of fossil documents that changes in skull shape and size that occur as a mammals, develop forms, reptiles. How they differentiated from these three, the amphibians, reptiles, mammals, according to their skull shapes? You know very well about that. There are so many skulls. Okay, each and every human beings during the development of stages, evolutionary aspects. See that Neanderthal man. Okay, Homo sapiens, Homo erectus. Okay, and so many things is there. We will study the part 4. Okay, so these are the important questions. So go to the next one is see the fossils. These are all fossils. Okay, see that dinosaurs. Here also another one, and here the fish. Here also some snail-like structures. These are all of the fossils also identified before. How many years? I don't know exactly. Okay, see that evolutionary by natural selection. The fossils also finish it. Embryological evidence already we saw it. Next, evolution by natural selection. What is by natural selection? Naturally present, particularly industrial melanism. This is also very, very important. What is by albinism? Anybody else? What is meant by albinisms? What are the enzymes involved in? What are the amino acids essential for the production of melanin? Melanin, nothing but the pigments, isn't it? Suppose if it is present in your body, you look like a black in nature. Suppose those who are having the melanin pigment is more, that person look like a dark in colors. Take an examples of Negroes. They are having more melanin pigment compared to other peoples. Those are having the white in color. Take an example of foreigners. Okay, white in color, the melanin pigment is very less compared to Negroes. Okay, see here, it is an adaptation. This is a very, very important. Just note it down. This question also arised. It is an adaptation where moth is nothing but a small insects living in the interstitial area developed melanin pigment to match their body color to the tree trunk. Okay, this was, what is that? There are two, what is that? Moth is present. I will show you which one is moth. A small insect is the The two moth is present. One is white in color, another one is also dark in color due to the presence of melanin pigment. Suppose the melanin pigment is also matched with the tree colors. Okay, suppose when it sit on the tree, what happen? Color is match. It is easily escape. Suppose if it is white in color, the bird is easily find it and also hunt it. Okay, this is also a very important one. See that before internalization in England, it was observed that were more white winged moth on the tree than dark winged moths, melanized moths. Okay, after industrializations 1920, there were more dark winged moth in some areas. What about the white moth? White moth easily captured by the birds. It can be easily visible compared to the black moth, dark winged one. Suppose dark winged one, it easily mingle with the color of which one, tree trunk. So as a result, what happened? White moth easily visible by the birds, easily hunted. That is very so. And particular time, what happened on particular months, particular years, 10 years, like that, completely the white moth completely nil in the island. So only dark moth will be present in it. That is called as industrial melanisms. After internalization, tree got covered by a smoke. So white winged moth were picked up by the birds, but dark winged moth escaped and survived. This is the very important points. So thus internalization melanin support the evolution by natural selection. This is naturally present in it. Then nobody created the white color moth and a dark color moth like that. The dark is also present in it. And they are melanin pigmentations. As a result, the melanin pigmentation more is it is look like a dark in color. It can easily escape from the which one bad. White one, what happened? It is easily hunted by the birds. That is very important. See that this is the white moth. See the looks, the structures. See the white moth. Here the melanin pigment is what is that? Less. See, this is a black one. This is compared to the tree. It is similar to that of the tree of nature. This one is easily visible by birds, so it can be easily hunted by the birds also. So one stage, what happened? Completely, the moth is completely nil in nature. Okay, the black is escaped. This is the important thing. See that? Similar. Okay, the moth's name is called as what name? Peppered moth. You note it down. This is very important. Interstitial melanizations also observed by the scientists. Which moth is known? And moth name is called as peppered moth. It is also one of the insects. Okay, see that here the two colors is there. See the black. This one is also white. Okay, this one is also a black one. Okay, see this name is called as peppered moth. Don't forget it. This question is already so many times they were asked. Did the industrial melanism? See here, this is all are compared to the what is that? White. This one is also a what is that? Black. Suppose if it is white in color, it is escaped, isn't it? But what about this one? This one is also a captured by the opposite manner. Sometimes it may be like that. Okay, see here. After several generations, what happened? The white color moth is what is that? Less in nature, and the black color moth is what is that? More phenotypic in nature, also identified by the scientist. Okay, these are the two things is that generation, zero generation, the white is more number. Okay, several generations later, what happened? The white moth is less because the white are 100, the black moth is high. That is given here 80% of dark colored phenotype. Here 10% only. Which one? Dark color. Okay, after the generation, the evolution also what is that? Undergo the development process. See that? In plant examples, this is also very important. When we compare to the animals, some of the plants also it has the ability. Okay, examples Lycopodium and Selaginella. Note it down. The plant pepper moth, but here the animals Lycopodium and Selaginella is also an examples. Okay, this is another one. And second one is seed forming. The first seed plant, seed otherwise called as land plant, which possesses seed habitat. Origin of seed in the land plant was achieved about 345 million years ago. Just ascending at 345 million years ago, the seed, otherwise called as land plant seeds, also originated. Okay, these are all very, very important. The last major evolutionary advance among the vascular plants. Already you know about vascular plants. Vascular means xylem and phloem, well developed land plant, and also it has a root, well developed taproot system or fibrous root system, otherwise called as monocot and dicot, because they only possess the which one, you know, vascular nature. That's why vascular plant was the emerged of a flowering plant angiosperm about 140 million years ago. These are all are the evidence for which one, you know, evolutionary concept. Which one? See that evolutionary by natural selections. Industrial melanization also there. And also what is the moth? Other than the animals, these are all are what is it? Comes under the heading known as plant. Note it down. These are very, very important. The examination point of view. See, which type of natural selection is illustrated by the industrial melanisms? Destructive selections. Okay, this is the question. This is the answer. Directional selection, balanced selection, and stabilizing selection is not the destructive selections. This is another question. It may be like that, just for your view. See, last one is called as evolution by anthropogenic actions. Suppose when you are using excess of herbicides or pesticides, etc., has only resulted in the selection of resistant varieties in a much lesser time scale. You know, when you are using the herbicides, all the herbs are not killed. Some of the herbs are, what is that? Escape from the herbicides. So what happened as a result? Prolonged period when you are using the herbicides, what happened? It may be resistant to the herbicides. Likewise, some of the pesticides also. Some of the pests also resistant. Okay. As a result, we have to choose another pest. Then only it will be killed. Otherwise, it will not. What is that? Killed by the particular pesticide or herbicide, because the resistant powers also developed itself, whether animal or insects or like that. This is also true for microbes against which were employ antibiotics or drugs against the eukaryotic organism cells. You know what about? In our body also some of the microorganism is there. When you are using antibiotics or drugs, okay, it against the eukaryotic organism. Sometimes it may be resistant to the drugs also. Okay, when you are going to study the, what is that, plasmids number PP322. Okay, so you know, there are so many streptomycin, ampicillin, and penicillin. Okay, like that, we will study the gene sequences. See here, some of the herbicides and pesticides, okay, used. But here, what some of the microbes also against the drugs and antibiotics. This is also another. Hence, the resistant organisms cells are appearing in the time scale of months or years and not in the centuries. But maximum it may be years like that. It will not to the 100 years. Okay. So these are the another anthropogenic, the science that did study of the behavioral aspects of the living organism, that is called anthropogenic. Evolution in the stochastic process based on the change events in nature and change mutation in the organism. How it will be? So due to these components, okay, herbicide, pesticides, how it will be resist to the herbicide, pesticide, but because the sum of the mutation changes occur in the gene sequence of the particular animals or organism. That is the reason, isn't it? Otherwise, it may be fight against the microbes. antibiotics. Some of the animals fight against the, when you are using the antibiotics, it resistant to. How it will be happen? Because the gene sequences take some changes and mutations, okay, in the organs. So this is a very, very important things. Okay, see that one. So environmental factor, anthropogenic factor, alter pathogenic balances, virulence. These are all are comes under the headings known as what is the evolutionary aspect. Environmental factor. What are the environmental factor? Some of the warmer temperature. Suppose if it is present in the cool temperature, when it come to the, when it migrate to the cool condition to warm temperature, it adapted by the temperature, adapted itself. Okay, they can survive. What when how many years or how many months it will be survive in that area? You know, suppose if it is lives for so many months, what happen? You know, it adapt to the temperature, increase the humidity, drought, northward polar shift, extreme weather events also. This is also anthropogenic, globalization, socio-economic development, or agrochemical usage. That is called as what is it? Herbicide, insecticide, antimicrobial treatments. Already we discussed antibiotics. Okay, that things. Likewise, okay. So alter the pathogenic balances, exposure to the new cause and other pathogenic species. Geological redistributions are pathogenic or post. Exposure to exogenous stress. Exogenous means outside. And pathoadaptive evolutions and genetic recombination. That is the reasons. Okay, alternative pathogenic balance. How it will be? Because all the animals, it will not die. Okay, it's also some of them are escape from that particular, what is that? The exogenous stress. As a result, what happened? It is an evolutionary character developed by the animals. Breakdown in the host immunity. Okay, some of them are. Sometimes it may be some of the pesticide when we are using, it may be break down the host immunity. As a result, it loses the ability. It is also one of the evolutionary characters. Okay, likewise, hypervirulence. Hyper means, you know, it's a high. New hybrid. That is called as new hybrid. I already told you. When you are using the herbicides, what happened in it escape from the herbicides. It is also one of the new hybrids. Increase the pathogen cytotoxicity. Pathogen cytotoxicity, you know about it. The cells also fight against many, what is that? Toxic substances. Faster transmission of diseases. Enhance the host susceptibility. Antimicrobial resistance. These are all hypervirulences. Okay, these are all the changes also occurs in the evolutionary aspects. And then molecular evidences. Already we discussed what is my molecules. You know about each and every organisms are made up of which one, you know, biomolecules. The biomolecule, carbohydrate, protein, lipids, vitamins, minerals, enzymes, hormones, and also other things also, isn't it? But majorly they divide into what is that? Three is very, very important one. Molecular evolution is in part a process of evolution at the scale of DNA and RNA and the protein. These are the three components. It's very, very important. DNA composed of what are the components? A nucleotide, deoxyribonucleic acid. So nucleotide means deoxyribo sugar is a pi carbon sugar, and nitrogen bases adenine and guanine, thymine, and cytosine and phosphate molecule. These three components united together form as a DNA structure. That is called as nucleotide. RNA, ribo sugar only. But difference between DNA and RNA, there is a nitrogen basis variation is the, instead of thymine, uracil is occupied. Okay, DNA, when the DNA as well as the RNA is present, automatically the protein biases also takes place. Okay, so these are the important things. At the cellular and molecular level, living organisms are remarkably similar to each other. These fundamental similarities are most easily explained by evolutionary theory. That is, life share a common ancestor, because all the evolutionary animals or plants, whatever it may be, they are all are considered the getting known as evolutionary theory. The life share as a common ancestors. Common ancestor, what is the meaning? Presence of DNA and RNA protein biases. They are all are used for the, what is that? development of the animals, and the mutation where it occurs in our DNA. Protein biosynthesis without RNA, they will not use the DNA molecule. So these are all are very, very important. See here. See, all organisms are made of cells in our laboratory. All the living organisms made up of cell. Otherwise, called as a living organism. The unit is called as cells. Different species share genetic homologous as well as anatomical ones. All are similar in nature, but roundworms, for example, share 25% of their gene with humans. Note it down. This is also very, very important questions. The roundworm compared to the human beings, how many percentage of the resemblance? Examples, genes. Okay, resemblance of genes present in 25% the genes. Okay, these are all our molecular evidences. I think we will finish it at this part. Okay, so here you must note it down, very, very important things. What are the molecular evidences? Okay, so what are the evolutionary by anthropogenic actions, and also the embryological evidences, melanisms, and also homologous organs, fossils. Which one is formed in this area? Vertebrate, the first one, and then chronological order. This is very well. Chronology is nothing but the periods, the evolutionary period aspects. Okay, in the fossils records, vertebrate, amphibians, reptiles, then mammals. Okay, so also that isotopes, you must note it down. Which one is the isotopes? Okay, which age? What is the first one? Embryological evidences. Okay, how many cell stages there? 128 cell stages there. These things we are going to finish it, isn't it? We finish it. These things here is a steps. Common steps is there. 6 steps is also present in all the living organisms, particularly all the animals. Fertilization, zygote, plasticization, capsulation, organogenesis, and adult. So which laws? The biogenetic laws was proposed by Ernest Haeckel. This is very by maximum the Ernest Haeckel mostly it comes, isn't it? The plant acacia also is a very, very important one. Ontogeny, recapitulation, phylogeny is also very, very important one. Okay, so and also this is also very, very important. Biochemical capsulation theories, particularly the urine waste, otherwise called as nitrogen waste, otherwise metabolic waste. Metabolic means nitrogen metabolism. That is all. That's all. Urine is a byproduct. So what are the nitrogen wastes? Ammonia, urea, and uric acid. And see that what are the scientists also did their work? Embryological support for the evolution. Embryological support. Who do you give? Ernest Haeckel, Ernest, Carl Ernst, von Bayer, and Bayer. Okay, and Carl von Frisch. Okay, these are the very recapsulation theory and biogenetic law. Who is Haeckel? These are very, 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 very important. Okay, so today, so we'll pass on to the next one is called as a. So I give you just a small introduction about the third one, then we will finish it. Okay, see part 3, evolution. See here. So this is the another part only, and this is the third one, and last one, fourth one is that one is the human evolution is there. How the human evolution was originated. What are the types of eras is there? Here there are 3 theories have been reported by the scientists: Lamarck theory of evolutions, Darwin theory of evolution, Hugo de Vries theory of evolution. These things we are going to see. Before that, you must note it down. Who is Lamarck? What is my use and disuse theory? Okay, what is my natural selections? And also survival fittest. That things. Okay, Hugo de Vries, who is the modern genetics? Who is the father of modern genetics? Okay, that things we are going to see one by one. So use and disuse theory, inheritance, acquired characteristics. Okay, that things we are going to see the next classes. Okay, see these are the things we are going to see the next class. Okay, do you have any doubt in this area, Pa? Will you please, if you have any doubt, will you please ask me now? Anybody else?
No doubt, sir.
Okay, just to go through it, then only it will be better for you. Okay, again and again I repeat you for you. How many tests already you attend? 2 tests, isn't it? How many marks? I didn't know. So will you please ask to ma'am to send the marks also? Oh, how many marks you are secure? Okay, I wish to know. Then only the question will be, you have to attend each and every chapter. You have to attend at least 3 to 4 question papers. Okay, each and every question there are 4 options is there, isn't it? Okay, suppose we are attending 40 questions, means you are attending the 160 answers. Okay, you must know the 160 question, 160 answer also. You are picking only one answer from the 4, isn't it? But 3 option is also there. 3 options you have to prepare your question. Then only it will be better for your, what is that, examination point of view. It can be easily identify the which question, which chapter, like that. That is the reason. Otherwise, why it comes here, why it will not come here, like that we can easily find out the answer. That is the reason. Okay, thank you so much for your participation. Today the class is over. We will see the remaining on the next class. Bye, take care, good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Bye.